Oh my gosh. That was good. That was good. Ooh. Well, Dr. Russ,
Love you.
we love you. I have notes here, but I really wanted to share something. Dr. Russ and Pastor Maeve were the first pastors that I've ever went to their house. We came from a church, a mega church. We're talking about 5,000 people. My husband was an armor bearer to the pastor. I have never been invited to the pastor's house. When we came to Eagle Worldwide and we came to get some healing and get to know them, Dr. Russ said, I want you guys to come over. And we're like, come over where? You want us to go out for dinner? And Pastor Maeve's like, no, I'll give you the address. Just come on over to the house. And we're like, go to the pastor's house? Like, why are we going to the pastor's house? And we're nervous. Like, why are we going to the pastor's house? Something must have been wrong. What are we going to get, And when we got there, we were overwhelmed. The paternity. The paternity. And if I could thank God for anything, it's just you being a father. Like Pastor Reed said, I have a great father, my daddy. I'm a daddy's girl. But I thank God that he sent you to us. I've been saved over 20 years. But I feel like when I came in covenant with Dr. Russ and Pastor Maeve, I felt like an open heaven opened up above me, over my children, over my family, over our finances, over relationships. God has done some great things through you. And I thank God for your life. I thank God for the tenacity. And I wrote some things here and I want to say it. And I don't want to cry, so I'm going to say it real quick. Dr. Russ, we are so thankful as a family. Where's Abigail and Faith? I'm going to call you out. Come up here. They're going to hate me. But I'm calling them out. You know why? Because at home, we were on our way here, and Faith says, Mama, I got to get something for Dr. Russ. He's not just Dr. Russ, he's my grandpa. And Abigail, she talks about Dr. Russ because she says every time she goes to the States and she says, I can hang out with Dr. Russ and he's telling me what kind of husband I should get. I should get an American. I always find an American guy. Mom, you don't know, we have these talks, and he tells me what kind of guy I should get. And I'm like, okay. Meanwhile, Daddy has a shotgun ready. So on behalf of our family, Dr. Russ, we are so thankful for your life. Our family has been extremely blessed to have you as our spiritual father, our coach and leader. After all these years, your commitment to your calling is like Jeremiah. It's unshakable, unmovable, unstoppable. We have grown in leaps and bounds because of your commitment. Under your leadership and love, we have now an unwavering faith. We have seen your struggle. You have seen our struggles. Together, you have prayed with us and for us. You have even stood for us and behind us. In some cases, you stood up for us, and we thank you for that. You have walked beside us. You have led us. And we have followed. We have followed you because we know you know his voice. Dr. Russ, with all our hearts, we thank you for your commitment. We thank you for your transparency. And because of you, we have grown deeper. We are going higher in the things of God. And we thank you and thank God for your life.
You guys like that? Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Dr. Russ.
Happy birthday, we love you.
And I'm going to just only take 2 minutes. Dr. Russ, you are cool. Not only with your style that you go, you're cool. Every time I look and I'm saying, wow, if Dr. Russ can do it, I can. And every time when a situation comes in, I put myself in their shoes. What will Dr. Russell say? How he want me to respond? I want to share just for a minute a testimony that's happened just recent years and just change everything. I was always close to you, and I knew that I love you so much. I love my dad, but there's some situations happened. Daddy was not around. But you came in. And you came in so nicely, so smoothly. That's why I say you're so cool. You're so cool that you came in and you take that position. And I never knew that nothing happened. And everything is so cool. We were traveling. We were in Ashland, Virginia. And that just changed everything. And I cried like a baby. We were meeting a bunch of Indian pastors. And you couldn't understand because of situations concerning hearing. But then when you were talking to him, you were sitting in the seat like that, and you made me sit down on the what do you call it, the step, and I sat down because the Indian pastor was sitting with you, and he was sitting on the feet. And you said something, and that just broke everything. All my confusion, all my doubt, that it is really you, that you're my father. Is that the really spiritual covering, and is everything that I'm doing, I'm giving 100%. You introduced, and as you were talking, the Lord used your mouth, and you said, the pastor's name was Timothy. And you looked at him, and you put your hand on my shoulder. He said, this is my Timothy. And I couldn't speak to that man, and I would just, at that moment, I was become like a sponge. And I was just saying, Lord, just don't let this hand lift from my shoulder for at least half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. Because that's what I was receiving at that moment. That you called me Timothy as a son. He said, this is my Timothy. And you put your hand so strong. And I believe, and I felt in my heart that moment, I have a daddy. I don't have to walk around. I don't have to walk around an orphan and looking for different people to call them as my father. So I honor you and I thank you. And that's what I said, you're so cool. Because when you move, I always watch your moves, and I'm like, wow, let's see. Dr. Russ coming in, he's going to make. And there was some moments, and I want to share with all of you, there were some moments, and that's why we want to honor the man of God. Sometimes we have to take a moment and begin to see what's going on. There were many situations when I walked in church where we were going through so many things. And I was angry, hurt, broken. There's some stuff going on. And he just walked in with his coolest style and hugged me. And that changed everything. So I want to encourage you as you are so cool, you're so loving, and every single person who's sitting here saying the same thing in their heart, that we love you. You're so special, and we thank God. We thank God for your life, and we thank God for the hardships that you walked in, that you make it simple for us to walk behind you and beside you and call you as our Father. We love you, and happy birthday from Sahney family. And now, we're going to do as a family something that as a tradition. If I'm sitting in front of my dad and I'm meeting him, I'm going to go to him and I'm going to touch his feet. And I'm going to say, thank you for all you have done in my life. Thank you. We love you.